I am finally making this video. After how long? I should have put the date on my notes because girl, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And I should have finished the research a long time ago too. But we're finally here. We're gonna ignore that. Second YouTube video, and I decided to do the history of pink because I love pink. If you could not tell, I don't know, like pink just always resonated with me as a little girl and everything. Like it's just something about it. I don't know. Like it wasn't like someone told me, oh, pink is a girl color, you need to like pink. No, I just did. So kind of what I want to talk about. Ooh, let me get a little fake lavalier too. I'm gonna do that. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're not new. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, hey, what's up? I just want to start filming little TikTok things, little YouTube things. I'm into fashion, art, music, language, philosophy, science, color, girl, everything, fashion, all of it. This is kind of what we're going to start doing. If you don't know me, my name is Amira Journey, jack of all trades, master of some, eventually all. So today we are going to be talking about the history of pink. I probably said it like 30 times. Yeah, here's my little video, the history of pink. I'm gonna be looking down because my notes are right here. I don't have it to where it's like propped up. We're just gonna be kicking it how we kick it. All right, origins, where did it come from? Like what's going on? Where did pink just sprout out of nowhere? The color pink was named after the flower, which is, please, if I butcher this, it's Latin, okay? I know some, I don't know all of it. Dianthus plumarius. Dianthus plumarius, there we go. The flower is also called common pink, wild pink, garden pink. The first iteration of the color to be recognized as a concept was, funnily enough, in Homer's The Odyssey, or Homer's Odyssey. I think it's just Odyssey. I don't think there's a "the" in front of it. In 800 BC, it was first used as a name by one of Homer's characters. The character doesn't have a name. It just says it was a Greek botanist. He was kind of like talking about the ruffled edges of something, which girl, look at the Odyssey. We read that junk in 11th grade, 10th grade English. With my friends, we were just talking about all the characters and how like hot they looked or whatever. We weren't really paying attention to the Odyssey. A lot of poets used the word though. So pink was used as a word, not so much as a color back in the day. The color wasn't commonly used until the Middle Ages. It wasn't really worn until the mid 18th century either. It's really fashionable among men and women aristocrats to symbol luxury, kind of like how purple was, or red, or like really any color. But pink is the most recent addition of all these colors. When pink is paired with other colors, it means different things. Pink and white means innocence. Pink and black means eroticism, typically, right? Pink and red is like romance, romantic. You kind of see it like Valentine's Day. Pink and green is sorority, funnily enough, you know, sisterhood. And pink and brown is Bobby Jack. I used to love Bobby Jack growing up. Back then, the way they used pink before it was seen as a color was a verb, and it meant to pink, and to pink means to ruffle or like to be a little flustered or something. So if someone like, oh, you're pinking, it's like they're flustered, or oh, I need to pink this dress, which is like to ruffle, which kind of makes sense because it sounds like pinch, and you kind of like pinch to ruffle, like pie or something. So that makes sense. That makes sense to me in my head. So our next little installment is pink dye. Since pink is a lighter shade of red, it has many of the same ingredients and sources that red does. Plants like madder roots, which was steamed and had a whole process. They would steam madder root and grind it really fine and everything to make the pigment. And they would also use woods like brazil wood, which contributed to the main color of pink. And since it was just lighter red, they just had to use less of it to get a lighter, less potent color. Nowadays, the pink pigment comes from the cochineal, which is a bug found in South America. And yeah, so everything here is probably made with cochineal. Sorry, bugs. Since we're on the topic of pink dye, we might as well talk about pink in Europe, because where else? Well, actually, no, that's a whole little segment. I'm gonna flow into like a whole little thing. We're doing pink in Europe. King Louis the XIV, the 14th. King Louis the 14th of France loved pink. As I said before, it was the color of luxury, and that was just one of his favorite colors. He even had a clock that was specially and apparently made for him out of salmon colored silk, which was really cute. The clock is really nice. It's kind of amazing, I'm not even gonna lie. Pink was also limited to youth. So Marie Antoinette, she stopped wearing pink once she turned 30. She ceased all fabrics, all pink fabrics, and it's kind of similar to now. I see many women, especially Black women, and I see this at my job, is where this connotation kind of comes from. And I posted this on my Instagram story before because I thought it was just an interesting observation. A lot of Black women that I encounter, that I see at my work, at my job as a fashion stylist. So I have to like style these women and kind of gauge what they're doing, what events they're going to. And I always ask them if they're okay with pink and orange, because people tend to hate those colors for some reason. That little survey of just what I do, what I've been doing for the past like what, month and a half, 2 months. A lot of Black women do not like light pink. And I would hear this come out of their mouth, multiple women, multiple age ranges and everything. A lot of them do not like pink. They don't like to wear, or they would tell me that they can wear pink, like hot pink or like a deeper tone, but nothing light pink, because they see it associated with children or babies or like little girls. They see it as a very childish color. They themselves do not want to be seen in pink at all, which I don't understand. Like, I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of get like the train of thought behind it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I just see pink as a very cute color. Like, what's wrong with being like extra feminine, or just like feminine in general? It just ties back into the whole thing of Marie Antoinette not wearing pink after she turned 30, and pink historically being tied to youth. For these women, they probably see pink as a youthful color, childish color, and now that they're in their 30s or however old they are, they kind of want to graduate towards more of a mature color tone, color palette. But in the later 18th century, pastel tones were all the rage, and they replaced stronger colors in fashion. Why? I don't really know. I also think it might have something to do with not using as much pigment, aka it being lighter, aka being less expensive to make certain colors because you're using less pigment. So instead of using a lot of red pigment to make a deep red shade, pigment might be expensive. It might have, maybe there was a recession or something. They used less pigment, aka creating a lighter color, and that's why more pastels were in season or in style. And they just kind of made it a fashion thing. So if that happened, that would make sense too. Kind of like turning recession into fashion. Yeah, that might be on something there that could have happened. I don't know. I didn't get to that part of my research. For example, of lighter colors and pink being in fashion now. Pompadour pink was named after Madame de Pompadour. It was actually her signature color, and she created and crafted this color alongside with a shade of green as well, but we're talking about pink. Her Pompadour pink was all the rage. Everyone loved it. It was her signature color. She would have this color everywhere, and she was actually married to the mistress of Louis the 15th. Yes, Louis the 15th. And she introduced said shade into the mainstream, which is her mainstream. Pompadour pink, just a pink that had drops of blue, black, and yellow in it. The popularity of colors like this, of her creating her own color and pink being in the forefront, also helped pink become pink and not just light red. So no one was just calling it light red anymore. They weren't calling it like a lighter version of this or a lighter version of that or red sister. Pink was pink. Pink had her own name now. They thought she had enough recognition to be her own little thing. So Yeah, welcome pink. Hello girl. My voice has not been the same since I got sick in March. Just eternally raspy now, which is very, very weird. But I'm okay. I'm not sick. It's just permanent damage, I guess. So now we're going to pink and war. I live in America, so we're going to talk about pink and the effect of pink in America. Before the war, they saw pink as related to red, so it was seen more as like a manly color and still aggressive. It wasn't seen as girly until after the war. So when men started to wear darker colors in World War II, like the war uniforms, pastel colors were now seen as feminine in a post-war effort to remove women from the workforce, which is crazy. Once the men were home and, you know, everybody had their kids and baby booms happened and my teachers were born, a lot of propaganda, I guess, towards getting women back into the home instead of in the factories while the men were away. The men were home now, so it's like, okay, what do we do with all these women? You can't work in factories anymore. They turned to pink as a feminine marketing color to get women back in the kitchen and back in the homes and back as homemakers, taking care of their children and everything. A lot of ads were pink to kind of propel towards women, and it still kind of stayed after that because we see feminine razors that are pink, for her pens, still feminine marketed products that are pink to show that, hey, you're a girl, you might like this. Pink is for girls motif extended to babies in the 80s for ultrasounds to help decipher gender. Of course, even after the 80s, like I said, it extended up until modern day. The pink being extended and marketed towards women, even until now, isn't, I wouldn't say it's inherently a bad thing, but I would say it does have its downfalls. I told my dad, right, he knows I love pink, but I remember one day he was dropping me off to work like a couple years ago, and he kind of told me that I couldn't decorate the entire house pink because he was like, oh, what if your man doesn't want the house to be pink? What if you can have a pink house and you have a husband? And I was like, well, if we agree on it, then we can. But just because I like pink doesn't mean I'm going to decorate my entire house pink. I'll probably do my whole room pink, but I'm not going to decorate the entire house pink if I'm sharing it with someone. That's just common courtesy. So even that whole rhetoric and things like that, like my dad kind of has like that mentality. The whole thing of, you know, pink is for girls, pink isn't for boys is very prominent still in society, and I think it's kind of outdated now. It's a very outdated practice, kind of like the Third Amendment, because I think men wearing pink is kind of sexy. I think it's kind of sexy. I don't think it makes them gay. It doesn't propose any type of feminine quality in that man. Like it doesn't show that he's feminine if he wears pink. That's not true. No, my dad, he does have some pink suits and some pink clothing in his closet that I kind of advocated for, and he's behind it. He was like, you know, pink is kind of cool. Like it's kind of how you dress it up. I like when guys wear pink. I think it's cute. I think it's nice and very attractive to me. All right, T. So next we're moving on to art. I love art and I'm very excited because I love talking about the Renaissance period and Rococo and things like that. Like fashion part is kind of over for right now, so now we're heading into pink in art. Sometimes in art, pink was usually paired with Jesus for the association of the womb, innocence, and flesh. It doesn't matter where on the spectrum the skin tone is, okay? You're going to have to make pink. Depictions of gods like Venus and Aphrodite, they are associated with pink a lot in Greek mythology, just to keep the religious aspect in one little area. The Rococo movement did bring a lot of fame in the West as far as pink. As far as pastel pink, honestly, to be real with you, Rococo period, and as far as paintings, was very pastel. It was very green, bluey, earthy tones, and there's just a lot of pink in Rococo art everywhere. You got it with Degas, you have it with Monet, you have it with oh my god, the painting with the girl in a swing. I forgot who made that, but gorgeous pink depiction. And there's an artist, a Francois Boucher, I think, Boucher, what's her name? Madame Pompadour, who invented Pompadour pink. She even has several paintings commissioned with pink as the center focus. The two paintings that she had commissioned were the rising and the setting sun. Depicted Apollo as the rising sun in one painting and depicted him also as the setting sun in the second painting. And in the painting, like I said, it was very creamy, green, blue, earthy toned, but Apollo was the only one wearing pink in both paintings. Still on the topic of art, pink left the limelight after World War I, but by the 1960s, World War I or II? Oh, okay, no, pink left the limelight in art after World War I, but by the 1960s, due to the pop art movement, with artists like Andy Warhol and David Hockney, pink came back to the forefront. Now we enter pink in modern day. Pink is a sign of hyperfemininity. I feel like Nemo. Hyperfemininity and just femininity, girlhood in general. Barbie, who is like pretty much the pioneer of modern day pink. Coquette, Y2K, of course with the rise of different cores and aesthetics, pink is in there in different ways. Also politically, it's a color of awareness and activism for causes like breast cancer or women's rights and the LGBT community via flag colors and their different color meanings. Of course, modern day, we have our own depictions of pink, like Schiaparelli pink, which is also known as shocking pink by the brand Schiaparelli, and Valentino's Fall 22 runway with all fuchsia everywhere. More depictions of modern day pink is Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, which is Marilyn, of course, wearing her iconic dress, Lil Nas in his 2020 Grammys outfit, Lady Gaga at the 2019 Met Gala, Lil Kim, her all monochrome outfits. Of course, you have to say Nicki Minaj and the whole Gag City, pink is her icon color. Doja Cat's Hot Pink album, Elvis's 1955 pink Cadillac, of course Cameron's all pink everything outfit, which is so cute. I love that. That's going back to men wearing pink. He ate that. It was cute. I need men to start doing more things like that. I appreciate it. The increase of pink is allegedly due to post-Bovid. I read somewhere that it was kind of associated with dopamine dressing, and I just want to say, back in 2021 when I was staying, when I was in college, and I saw everything that was going on post-Bovid, and I was like, okay, one of two things could happen here, right? And I don't know if this was a full conversation or anything like that, because I haven't really seen it happen, but I said that, okay, post-Bovid, things are either going to get really dark, like people are going to be dressing in black and gothic colors, gothic themes, very like sad type ideals to reflect the darkness of the panoramic, or they're going to be dressing in bright indie colors, highlight colors, like bows, super childish, super girly, super everything, to kind of combat the dark era that we were just in. Seeing this, I was like, oh, I said that. Where people were dressing in super bright colors to kind of counteract the dark era we were in. Wearing bright colors to make yourself feel better, pretty much is what dopamine dressing is. The Barbie movie last year, pink was in the forefront more than ever. Everyone was wearing pink. And of course, we saw it again this year with Barbie core and all these other pink cores, bimbo core, coquette core, any type of core you could think of, Earth's core, literally everything. So yeah, that's my little brief rundown of the history of pink, from name origination to pink in art, fashion, modern culture, and what pink is doing to us today. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a thumbs up, subscribe maybe, and maybe one day, did you know your brain isn't really even pink? And it doesn't stay pink either. I just thought about that. But yeah, if you're interested in more color breakdowns and things like this, or you want me to break down another color, comment it down below, because I would love to do orange and how it's related to hunger, or how blue is related to sadness, or even purple, or green, or yellow. Like, why do people hate yellow? Also comment a color you don't really like that much. But yeah, so that's the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me yap and ramble. And I will see you guys in my next one.